Good morning and welcome into Mud's Closet. I'm doing a seedling update, and interestingly enough, we have snow on the ground today, March 15th, but I'm still looking forward to growing. And interestingly enough, I have some floating row covers out in the garden that are covered in snow, but the plants underneath are protected. So I'm just going to quickly go through how everything is going and what my next steps are. This tray is all tomatoes, and you can see that there are a lot of them in there, and they're pretty tall. I will probably begin lowering this tray to move it away from the light, and generally I have a fan on blowing everything to strengthen the stems, but I turned it off because of the sound. This little 12 pack are Cherokee tomatoes that I planted March 22nd, and they're, bring them out, you can take a look. They're really doing well. This tray I'm very proud of. This first row are my eggplants, and I have never had eggplants grow like that. Those will be being potted up in the next few days. And on down the rest of the tray, these are some different types of hot peppers and sweet peppers. And this is another row of eggplant. Here is another tray of tomatoes. And again, that will probably be coming down, and some of those potted up. If we come up to the next shelf, you can see that my basil is doing really well. And here in the next row is a black opal basil, I think. And then some cabbages and things on the back side. This tray is all brassicas, and again, this will need to be thinned out and teased apart. I'm so impressed with these two rows. These seeds, honestly, this is a cabbage and this is pak choi. These are seeds that I have had since 2013. And so I planted heavily thinking I would have a reduction in germination rate, and I have not. So that's a good cue for you and for me that always give it a try. And the rest of these are some cabbages and broccoli and cauliflowers. I planted some onions up here, and they are doing great. My motivation for that was I was concerned because some stores are saying that gardening supplies are not essential and they're not selling them. Not here in the state that I live in, but in some of the states throughout our nation. And so I was concerned that that might happen here, although I really don't think I have anything to worry about here with that. Because usually we plant onion sets. So I was just concerned that I wouldn't have enough onions to grow to be able to feed us, because we eat a lot of onions. I can't cook without onions. And these are really doing well. So that makes me happy. So we'll just have a few more. And the other thing that I found about onions started from seed is that generally it's the second year that has enough size to actually be useful. And in our climate, in zone 5, even if they get left outside over the winter, they come back the next year strong. So even if we don't eat these this year, we will eat them in the future. This is some variety. It was a variety pack of kale, 6 types of kale. I planted it on April 8th. And these, my intention is that they will go out into the floating row covers to give us early crops. This tray is so much fun and is really, really full. These are the Laminaria fairy plant, I think it's called, and they're like itty bitty snapdragons. They're so pretty. I planted some zinnias here, and they're coming up well. These are some herbs, some thyme and some sage and some oregano. over here, finally, I have some parsley coming up. So that's pretty awesome. And then there are still some tomato plants back there. I had this tray, some starting of some of the tomato plants that I moved into one of the other trays when I needed to plant them up, and I just left a few there. Also, all of these and this pot and these trays are generally up on props to keep them closer to the light. I just brought them down for the video so we could get a better look at them. But always I want them maybe 1 to 2 inches away from the light source. So that's what's going on here. Just seeing a whole bunch of green, and I love that. So yeah, let me know what you're doing, how your starts are going. I love when you send me pictures or give me an update. Be kind to one another. Take good care of yourself. You know, one last thing before I go. If you are in a situation where you want to plant some seeds and you don't have any, and you're in one of those environments that says they're non-essential and you can't buy them, get a hold of me. I probably can help you out. All right, love to everyone. Be kind to one another. Take care and be safe.